Thank you.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
Spellman, and the FEMA Administrator, who's become the MVP here these days. I spent a lot of time in this room. Griswell, FEMA, and the entire workforce. And many other federal agencies that are working together.
Basically had inflation under control for 40 years, despite the fact that the price of oil fluctuated, despite the fact that there were all kinds of supply shocks. We lost the thread, along with many other countries, about a year and a half ago with massively expansionary policies relative to the size of the GDP gap. The fiscal stimulus was 5 times as large as it had been during the financial crisis.
Would you describe your relationship and your conversation with Governor DeSantis?
It's totally irrelevant, but I'll answer it, okay? Very fine. He complimented me. He thanked me. This is not about whether anything having to do with our disagreements politically. So I've talked to him 4 or 5 times already, and it's not a matter of my disagreements with him on other items.
Do you hold Russia responsible for the rupture of the Nord Stream pipeline?
Let's stick with this, okay?
Well, Mr. President, you need more money for international issues.
There's a lot of important international issues, but we're here to talk about America. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President.
But it's exciting. Have you seen the photographs from the Webb telescope? It's humbling. So we invested in this telescope, and the images just came in, and they show us 3 billion years back to the beginning, to all these galaxies. It's the most humbling thing you have ever seen. You got to have somebody show you for it. It's absolutely humbling. Galaxies we didn't know existed. So when we think we've seen everything, we gotta be smart about it.
Looks like we're ready to move.
Okay, I'm ready. It's something that needs to actually see in your own eyes. And it's so close.
It's 50 meters away now. That's
right.
North Korea at the wood line.
That's it.
A best guess, not a certainty, but a best guess, there will be a stagflationary tendency in our economy for the next several years.
What can be done about China? Their seeming reluctance to participate in affairs of climate control that other nations?
Well, China, interestingly enough, China has a plan. They put a plan in place. We think they could be doing more. But China is going to be building more electric vehicles, will be put on the road over the next year or so in China than in all the rest of the world put together. China is, I'm not excusing China, I'm just telling you that China is moving to do additional things.